Saad Ibn Abi Waqqas. In the town of Mecca is the grave of a young man who did not see 20 summers. He was short and well built with a heavy crop of hair. People used to compare him to a young lion. He came from a rich and noble family. He was very attached to his parents and was particularly fond of his mother. He spent much of his time making and repairing bows and arrows and practicing archery, as if he were preparing himself for some great battle. People recognized him as a serious and intelligent young man. He used to find no satisfaction in the religion of his people, and their way of life, their corrupt beliefs, and ignorant practices. His name is Saad Ibn Abi Waqqas. One morning, at about this time in his life, the kind and friendly Abu Bakr came up to him speaking softly. He explained that Muhammad ibn Abdullah, the son of his late cousin, Amina bint Wahab, had been given revelation and was sent with the religion of guidance and truth. Abu Bakr then took him to Muhammad in one of the valleys of Mecca. Saad was excited and overwhelmed and readily responded to the invitation to truth and the religion of one God. The fact that he was one of the first persons to accept Islam was something that pleased him greatly. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, was also greatly pleased when Saad became a Muslim. He saw in him signs of excellence. Even though he was still in his youth, he had clear signs of achieving great things one day. It was as if this glowing crescent would become a shining full moon before long. Perhaps other young people of Mecca would follow his fine example, including some of his relatives, for Saad ibn Abi Waqqas was a maternal uncle of the Prophet. Once, Saad struck a disbeliever with the jawbone of a camel and wounded him. This was the first blood that was shed in a conflict between Islam and Kufr. This conflict was later to escalate and test the patience and courage of the Muslims. After this incident, however, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, enjoined his companions to be patient and forbearing, for this was the command of Allah at that time. More than a decade later, when permission was given for the Muslims to fight, Saad played a distinguished role in many of the battles that took place, both during the time of the Prophet and after. He fought at the Battle of Badr together with his young brother Umayr. Saad returned to Medina alone, for Umayr was one of the 14 martyrs killed in the battle. During the Battle of Uhud, Saad was specially chosen as one of the best archers together with Zayd, Sa'ib, the son of Uthman ibn Mazun, and others. Saad was one of those who fought bravely to defend the Prophet after some Muslims had deserted their positions. To urge him on, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Saad, shoot! May my mother and father be your ransom." Of this occasion, Ali ibn Abi Talib said that he had not heard the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, promising such a ransom to anyone except Saad. Saad is also known as the first companion to have shot an arrow defending Islam. Saad was also one of the companions of the Prophet who was blessed with great wealth. Just as he was known for his bravery, he was known for his great generosity. He is well known as the commander-in-chief of the strong Muslim army which Omar sent to confront the Persians. Omar wanted nothing less than to end the Sasanian power which had dominated the region for centuries. Saad was then chosen as commander, and Abdurrahman ibn Auf, who was one of the famous and respected companions, said, "You have chosen well. Is there anyone else like Saad?" That was a furious battle. About 30,000 people from both sides died in the course of 4 days fighting. In one day alone, about 2,000 Muslims and about 10,000 Persians lost their lives. Despite fighting bravely for many years, Saad lived until he was almost 80 years old. He was blessed with much influence and wealth, but as the time of his death approached, in the year 54 AH, He asked his son to open a box in which he kept a coarse wool jubbah, and said, "Shroud me in this, for in this jubbah I met the mushrikeen on the day of Badr, and in it I desire to meet Allah the Almighty."